Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sean from MoreliaPythons.com. I've been going to a few shows lately and I gotta tell you, I've been getting a lot of interesting questions about carpet pythons, but the number one question that I get all the time is, why are you into carpets so much? So today, while I was cleaning cages, a lot of my babies from last year and holdbacks had shed, so I thought, you know what, rather than try and explain to everybody over and over again why I'm into carpet pythons, I thought I'd show you. So why don't I take the camera from my helper Tess. Say hi, Tess. Tess is my daughter. And I threw a bunch of the guys in a box. So snakes in a box, all carpet pythons, a couple of different subspecies. I think there's 8 or 9 in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out one or two at a time and tell you a little bit about them, what they are, what their bloodlines are, why I like them. A couple of these guys are nippy, but most of them are pretty mellow, so you guys may get to see me get bit, get a good chuckle. But I'm going to hand the camera back to Tess, and then we're going to take these guys out one or two at a time. Cool? Here you go, bud. Alright, so I'm going to open the box up. Basically, as these guys decide to come out, I'm going to deal with them. Okay, this is an interesting one to come out first. This is actually not a jaguar. A lot of people think that this is a jaguar carpet python, but that is not true. This is actually what I call a 50-50 high contrast. The parent is a jaguar, but there are a couple of ways that you can tell that it's not a jag. First off, you see the belly, how it's got a pattern along the belly. Jags typically have a very clear belly. Second of all, and it probably won't come through in the camera, but typically right behind the head, right here, there's some little black spotting right behind the head. Jags will never have that. Now if you look at some of my older videos, and I am hatching a clutch where I talk about it being a clutch of jungle jags slash siblings that look kind of like jags and it's hard to tell the difference. I literally have to get them about this size before I can tell the difference. Now let me see if I can get one of the jungle siblings out to show you the difference. Actually, this is a jungle jag, not a jungle sibling. This is the jaguar. So these guys are actually brother and sister. When you hold them next to each other, you can clearly see the difference. This animal's under pattern is much cleaner. The belly is clear for the most part. That track right down the middle is clear. So a lot of folks would think that's a jaguar, but actually it's a normal sibling, and this is the jaguar from that same clutch. At a year old, clear difference, but when they're babies, not so much. Kind of hard to tell. So I'm gonna put these guys up real quick, and we'll pick up with another couple of animals. All right, so we'll open the box up again so you guys can take a look at what else we got going on. All right, this is actually also a normal carpet python. This is a high contrast hybrid. It's 50% coastal, 50% IJ. It's actually also 50% het granite. This is the look that I'm trying to get into the granites. I want to get that really light cream background color with the dark blacks and the nice browns. That real high contrast I think will look really good in a granite. If you take a look at the head's actually got 3 distinct separate colors on it. So I've kept back several of these that we're going to put back into our granite project over the next couple of years. Alright, let's see who climbs out next. Hey Tess, can you just put it on the box while I'm putting my snakes up? Alright, this guy may bite me. May not. Already bit me once today. This is just a normal jungle. This is actually an animal from a gentleman named Andrew Hare's line. I picked up an animal from him a few years ago and have been breeding it into some of my own jungles. Hasn't yellowed up 100% yet. The belly pattern's very distinct. Interesting stripe down the belly. Has lots of yellow speckles. This yellow, as this animal gets older, should brighten up. And this should be a really nice high yellow speckled animal as it gets older. But just a normal jungle, you're looking at anywhere from $100 to $350 depending on the bloodline and how yellow he's actually going to turn. And he'll max his color out at about 18 months. So we've got a couple months to go and he should really start to pop. All right, let's see what else we got in here. So this guy, probably going to be the least trouble to get out. Obviously a granite carpet. This is a hybrid granite, 50% coastal blood. This is one of the granites that I'm trying to get that higher contrast into. I think you can see from the sides. Let's see if I can hold them a little still. A little more color, a little more pop than your normal granite. I think the granites going back into the coastals is something that nobody else is doing, and I think it's a really good idea. As the coastals get to be larger, I think a really high contrast bright granite will look really awesome. Go ahead and stop it.